Precision's product training. We're going to show you how to set up and operate your GL1425C grade laser. Now let's take a closer look at your laser. The red power button turns the laser on and off. Press and hold it for 2 seconds to turn the laser on. The laser always starts in the automatic self-leveling mode. Also, when the laser is turned on, it is in the radio pairing mode for 6 seconds and in Bluetooth pairing mode for 30 seconds. This yellow button is the manual button. Press it to enter manual mode. Manual mode stops the self-leveling and the laser is always on. Press it again to return to the self-leveling mode. When it is time to charge or change the batteries, the battery status LED will blink. The leveling status indicator LED will initially flash blue for 30 seconds to indicate it is in the blue pairing mode. Then it will turn green and indicate the self-leveling status. This LED also includes the Bluetooth mode, turning from green to blue when the laser is connected with the remote app. The third LED is the height of the instrument alert, or HI, and manual mode indication. It indicates if the laser has been shocked and the height of the instrument has changed, or flashes, or if the laser is in manual mode. There are 4 arrow buttons on the keypad. They are used for menu navigation and for up, down, and left, right directional selections. The menu button is represented by an M and will be referred to by this during the video. Press this to view and select the various settings and special functions of the laser. The Enter button is represented by an E and will be referred to by this during the video. Pressing this button takes you to the sub-menus of the chosen menu functions depicted on the LCD. Pressing and holding the E button from the standard display will show rotation speed, product temperature, and battery status on the LCD. The lighthouse cage both protects the laser from the environment and offers unrivaled drop protection. The top also has axis alignment marks used to align the laser to a known reference point. The batteries can be removed and charged outside of the laser. To remove the battery, lift the latch and open the door. To close the battery compartment, insert the battery door tabs and secure them with the clip. For your safety, you should never remove the rechargeable battery from its protective cage at any time. Use the handle to transport the laser and mount it on a tripod. The laser has a tripod mount on the bottom for horizontal and grade applications, and there is also a mount for vertical orientation on a tripod. The housing also offers stability in both horizontal and vertical setups on a flat surface. The open and closed angle symbols on the housing identify the X and Y axis orientation and direction. The same symbols are shown on the laser keypad and the RC1402. The remote keypad is the same as the lasers and can be used to operate all functions up to 100 meters or 330 feet in any direction from the setup location. The remote has an LCD that shows what's happening with the laser. This always ensures confidence and control. You can also control the GL1425C laser using the Spectra Precision Laser Remote app on either your iOS or Android device. The GL1425C has a height of instrument alert or shock warning function. Height of instrument is abbreviated to HI. This function automatically detects any movement, bumps, or settling. During product setup, mounting the laser on the tripod, the HI alert is not needed as the laser is always moving. There is a delay time where the alert is not active. The time starts with the latest button press after the initial setup. During this time, the alert is not active, and any movement of the tripod would just cause a re-leveling of the laser without any warning. Settings on the GL1425C allow different alert times to be selected. There are 3 different options. 1. HI alert delay time equals 5 minutes, which is the default setting. 2. HI alert delay time equals 30 seconds. 3. HI alert is always turned off. Choosing option 1 or 2 gives a 5-minute or 30-second delay time before the AI alert or shock warning is activated. Option 3 will never provide an HI alert, and the laser will always re-level after any movement of the tripod. To adjust this setting, press the M button and scroll down to Settings. Press the E button and scroll to HI alert. Press E again. Scroll up or down to select your preferred time period. Press the E button again to confirm your selection. The laser must be stable and undisturbed when it's being used. With the challenges of the job site, this is not always possible. For example, if there is compaction, grading, or excavating work close to the laser, the sensitivity function can be adjusted to allow for potential internal movement. Use the low sensitivity setting for this type of environment. Alternatively, where accuracy is key, such as concrete work, use the high sensitivity setting to ensure immediate notification of movement to the setup. A high-pitched tone will sound if the laser is disturbed. To change the sensitivity setting, press M and use the down arrow to scroll down to Settings. Press E to enter the setting and scroll down to Sensitivity. Press E and scroll to choose your preferred mode of low, middle, or high. Press E again to confirm the setting. The default setting is middle sensitivity. In any case, the laser will level to the best accurate level, but will always allow for more or less tolerance. Pressing and holding E when the laser is in the standard display will show the current rotation speed, the battery status, and the internal temperature. Information about your GL1425C is contained in the Info section. To access this, press M and then scroll down to the Info section, then press E. The following information is available. About LS. LS is short for laser, runtime, and radio. Scroll and select by pressing E. Press M to get to the previous menu. In the About LS section, Model shows the model number of the laser. Battery shows the current battery status of the laser. Good, weak, or empty. Temperature shows the internal temperature. This can be different from the ambient temperature due to the self-warming processes of the laser. The next 3 sections show the revision of different firmware, which may be needed for service issues. An internal serial number is shown in a hexadecimal code. The Runtime section displays the overall runtime. The Radio section displays the current radio channel. The manual button has 2 functions: to select the manual mode or the standby mode. One short press and release puts the unit into manual mode and stops the automatic self-leveling. Pressing again returns you to the automatic self-leveling. Press and hold the manual button for 3 seconds to enter the standby mode. This turns off the beam to conserve battery life when the laser is not in use. Press and hold the manual button for 3 seconds to bring it back into working mode. It's important to remember that the manual mode turns off the automatic self-leveling and the accuracy may be compromised. The GL1425C comes loaded with the default settings, which can be changed by pressing the M and scrolling down to Settings. Press E to enter the submenu. The first option is pairing. Press E to enter the submenu. Here you can select either Bluetooth or radio. Choose Bluetooth to pair your laser with the laser remote app. Choose radio to pair the laser with the RC1402. When powering on the laser, it is in the Bluetooth connectivity mode for 30 seconds and will pair with the remote app if it is turned on at the device. Choose radio to pair the laser with the RC1402. The next option is to set the delay time to activate the height of the instrument alert, or shock warning that alerts of an unexpected movement. Choose the HI alert option and press Enter. Scroll to choose your preferred time delay of 30 seconds or 5 minutes, or choose to turn the HI alert off. Press E when your selection is highlighted to confirm. By default, the setting is 5 minutes. The next option is grade display. The options are percentage, per mil or degrees. Scroll to select the option, then press E to confirm your selection. The default setting is the percentage. Next is Start Grade. Press E to enter the submenu. Saved allows the laser to power on with the same grade value retained when the laser was turned off. Zero grade resets the grade to 0 whenever the laser is turned on. The default setting is stored. Press E when your selection is highlighted to confirm. The next setting is Backlight. Press E to enter the submenu. The options are to leave the backlight on for 8 or 60 seconds after a button press. 8 seconds is the default time period and helps to conserve the battery. Press E when your selection is highlighted to confirm. Next, you can select your preferred language. Press E, then scroll through the available languages. Once your language is highlighted, press E again. Radio channel is the last setting. 0 is the default channel. However, you can choose one of 6 channels. It's important to remember that if you change the channel on your laser, you must repair it with the receiver and the remote. Changing the radio channel can help with radio connectivity issues on the job site. The laser has 3 rotation speeds: 300 RPM, 600 RPM, and 900 RPM. We recommend 600 RPM as the standard speed when using the laser with the receiver. However, at 300 RPM, the laser beam does become more visible to the naked eye. 900 RPM may help with other receiver systems. To view or change the rotation speed, press M and use the down arrow to scroll to rotation, then press E. Use the up and down buttons to scroll to the preferred speed and press E to confirm your selection. The symbols left and right indicate what rotation speed is selected. Digit Select is a method to enter or change the grade by selecting the digit on the LCD that you want to change. To enter this mode, press M. Ensure Grade, the top menu item is selected, and press E to enter the submenu. Use the left and right arrow buttons to select the number to be changed. Press the up or down arrow button to change the selected number. Note: to quickly change from the X or Y axis, shortly press the manual button. Pressing and holding the manual button for approximately 2 seconds will reset the axis where the cursor is to 0. If you require a negative grade, move the cursor to the plus symbol and change the symbol using the up or down arrow. Once the required grades are input into both axes, press the E to confirm the selection. The grade sensor will now reset to the required grade, and a flashing A on the LCD will appear while the grade is being changed. Once the A stops flashing, the laser is set at the required grade, and you're good to go. There is no need to enter the menu to change the grade using the step and go mode. You can just start from the standard display. Use the up or down arrow to change the grade value on the Y axis. The open angle symbols next to the button help to indicate the axis. Press and hold the up or down button to change the value at the last digit, running over the next higher digit. Alternatively, press and hold the up and down arrows together to change the value before the decimal point. The longer the buttons are pressed, the faster the grade will change. To reset the grade value to 0, shortly press both the up and down arrows simultaneously. To enter a negative y-axis grade, press and hold the up and or down buttons until the display signals a minus grade. To change the grade value on the x-axis, use the left or right arrow button. The closed angle symbols next to the buttons help to indicate the axis. Press and hold the left or right button to change the value at the last digit. Running over to the next higher digit. Press and hold the left and right buttons simultaneously to change the value before the decimal point. To reset the grade value to 0, just use a quick press of both the left and right arrows simultaneously. To enter a negative x-axis grade, press and hold left or right arrows until the display signals a minus grade. Releasing the arrow buttons will change the laser's grade value automatically. The grade center will now reset itself to the required grade. This is indicated by the flashing A on the LCD. Remember, if it's blinking, it's thinking. Once the unit stops flashing, your laser is set. The GL1425C also has some unique functions which help you overcome some of the day-to-day challenges faced on a modern-day construction site. Let's go over some of these useful functions. Dual-grade lasers are ideally suited for flat work, as well as single-grade and dual-grade applications. Flat work applications include building pads, forms, and footers. Single-grade applications include trenching, sewer lines, and driveways. Dual-grade applications include drainage, sports fields, parking lots, and runways. Spectra Precision grade lasers also provide a vertical reference for alignment applications, including anchor bolt and form alignment. The grade axes on the laser are defined as follows. The x-axis is across the laser when facing the keypad. The y-axis is perpendicular to the x-axis and aligned with the handle. The axes are clearly marked on the laser housing. The plus and minus symbols indicate the rise and fall direction. Once the required grades are input into both axes, press the E to confirm the selection. The grade sensor will now reset to the required grade, and a flashing A on the LCD will appear while the grade is being changed. Once the A stops flashing, the laser is set at the required grade, and you're good to go. If you need to determine the grade between two known points, or are wasting too much time calculating the fall between point A and point B on your drawings, then grade matching is for you. The grade match function will remove the need for manual calculations by doing all the work for you. Grade match can also be used to verify your work at any time. To use grade match, position the laser next to the first elevation hub. Then point the y-axis to the second elevation hub. Using the siding notches on the top of the laser will ensure proper alignment. Make sure the laser is set to 0 grade in both the x and y axis. You will need a radio-compatible receiver for this. You can use either the HL760 or the CR700. Position the rod-mounted receiver on the first elevation hub and adjust the receiver height to receive an on-grade reading. On-grade is indicated by a solid audible tone, a straight line on the LCD, and a green LED. Move the rod to the second elevation hub, but make sure the receiver does not move on the rod. Then position the rod over this point. Using a bipod from Spectra Precision is especially useful for this. Once the rod is secure and plumb, start the grade match operation. To enter grade match, press the M and use the down arrow to scroll down to grade match and press E. GMY is displayed to note the y-axis. Confirm the y-axis by pressing E again. Grade match is available in the horizontal setup and on the y-axis only. The laser and receiver LCD will depict a flashing GM, which indicates the laser is entering grade match mode, and the laser beam will automatically move up and down, searching for the on grade of the receiver. Once the laser has found the center of the receiver, the on grade indications of the receiver will activate. The GM will stop flashing, and grade match is complete. The difference in elevation or grade between the laser and the second hub point is detailed on the LCD of the laser, as well as on the remote. The receiver used to calculate the grade match can now be used to take measurements on the job site. The equipment required to perform the PlaneLok function include the GL1425C, a stable mount for the laser, the RC1402 remote, 2 receivers, any mix of HL760 or CR700, and a method to secure one receiver to a fixed location, using a bipod and staff, or a solid structure. Set up the laser next to the first known elevation hub. Ensure it is a stable setup. Turn the laser on and allow it to self-level. Place the rod-mounted HL760 or CR700 receiver on the elevation hub. Ensure the height of the elevation hub is the same as the surface the laser is set up on. Bring the receiver to the on-grade position, which is indicated by a continuous beep, a solid line on the LCD, and a green LED light on the receiver. Once the on-grade position is obtained, do not change the height of the rod or move the receiver to a different position on the rod. Now move the second elevation hub, the point at which you want to establish the same height as the laser beam. It is important that the receiver is secure on this second hub and does not move. A bipod is usually used to position the rod over this second hub point to make sure it's secure and plumb. Using the remote, press M and scroll to PlaneLok. Then press E. Confirm the Y-axis by pressing E again. The receiver is now guiding the laser beam to the on-grade height. PL will be flashing on both the receiver and the remote while this is being completed. A static PL will be displayed once the beam has achieved the on-grade position. Do not move either the laser or the receiver, as they are now working together to hold the beam at this desired height. The second receiver is used to take measurements around the job site. The GL1425C has a special functions menu when in the vertical mode. To access it, press the M button. Use the down button to scroll to PlaneLok and press E to enter. Press E again if PlaneLok is required in the Y-axis, depicted by PLY. Use the down arrow and then press E to choose PlaneLok in the X-axis, shown as PLX. Line scan will center the laser in the housing to have a maximum range in both directions when aligning the laser to a reference point. Press M and use the down arrow to scroll to Line Scan, then press E to enter the function. PlaneLok is available to use in a vertical orientation on the GL1425C. As described previously, PlaneLok is designed to enhance laser beam stability. This is especially important in applications like cladding or facade installation. To use the GL1425C on a batter board, you will need an M402 batter board adapter, which is available from your local dealer. First, attach the laser and the HL760 or CR700 receiver to the batter boards. If you're using the HL760, set it up so that the photocell is on the bottom, towards the batter board. Ensure that the receiver stays set up without removing it the entire time it's in use. Now, use the remote to bring the laser into PlaneLok mode. Press the M button. Scroll down to PlaneLok and press the E button. Scroll down to PLX for the X-axis and press the E button to confirm. The PL will flash on the remote control when the laser is seeking the on-grade location of the receiver. The flashing stops when the receiver on-grade is found. A solid line on the receiver LCD indicates the laser is centered. The GL1425C will recognize it is in vertical mode as soon as the power button is pressed. The laser will start in automatic mode. A flashing A will show it is self-leveling and will stop flashing when self-leveling is complete. The left and right arrows can be used to align the beam's x-axis to the reference point. Line scan will center the laser in the housing to have a maximum range in both directions when aligning the laser to a reference point. Press M and use the down arrow to scroll to Line Scan, then press E to enter the function. Line Scan will drive the laser to the extreme limits, both left and right, and will ultimately center the rotor head. If you need to fine adjust the alignment, press the manual button and use the left-right button for x-axis alignment. Once the laser beam is in the desired position, press the manual button to return to automatic mode. The GL1425C has Bluetooth communication built into the product, so the ST805 is no longer required for Bluetooth communication with your smartphone. The ST805 can still be used to extend the communication range between both your smartphone and the remote. The Laser Remote app is a great way to control your laser right from your smartphone. The Laser Remote app is a free download from Spectra Precision and is available on both Apple and Android devices and can be downloaded from the App Store and Google Play Store. Just search for Spectra Precision. Remember to enable location settings on this app. There are two options to connect the app to the laser. First, make sure Bluetooth is turned on your device. Then, when the laser is powered on, the Bluetooth connectivity mode is active for 30 seconds. This is indicated by a solid blue LED under the Bluetooth symbol. Within the 30 seconds, press the Connect to Bluetooth button displayed in the app. The app will connect to the laser and show the standard display that mirrors the display of the laser. The second option is after the first 30 seconds have passed, is through the menu on the laser. To do this, press M to enter the menu. Scroll down to Settings and press E. The first item on the list is peering. Press E, then the first listing is Bluetooth. Press E to start the Bluetooth connectivity mode. Open the app and press the Connect to Bluetooth button on the app. The app and the laser will then pair with each other. If the laser and remote control configuration were purchased together, the pairing is already done for you. Buying the remote separately, changing the remote control, or losing the radio connectivity may require you to repair the remote to the laser. There are two options available to pair the remote to the laser. Option 1 is with the keypad, and option 2 is using the laser menu. For the keypad, start with the laser turned off. Press and hold the manual button, then press the power button. Peering will be displayed on the LCD, and the laser is now in the peering mode. Do the same with the RC1402 remote. Press and hold the manual button, then power on by pressing the power button. The laser and remote are now paired. For connecting using the menu option, press M to enter the menu and scroll down to Settings. Press E to enter. Pairing is the first option. Press E to enter and scroll to Radio. Press E to start the radio pairing process. Pairing will be displayed on the laser LCD. Within 6 seconds, bring the RC1402 into pairing mode by pressing and holding the manual button, and then pressing the power button. The units are now paired. Connecting the GL1425C laser to the ST805 Signal Transporter. There are two options to connect the laser to the ST805. Option 1. Start the laser turned off. Press and hold the manual button, then press the power button. Pairing will be displayed on the LCD, and the laser is now in pairing mode. Now press the On/Off button on the ST805. A permanent yellow status LED will indicate a successful pairing, with a delay time of about 6 seconds. A flashing yellow status LED on the ST805 is indicating that the paired laser is not on or is not within radio range. Option 2 is to bring the laser into radio connectivity mode by pressing M to enter the menu. Scroll down to Settings. Press E to enter and select Peering. Press E to enter and scroll to Radio, and press E to start the radio peering process. Within 6 seconds, power on the ST805 to connect to the laser. Connecting GL1425C laser to a smartphone via ST805. When the radio connectivity between the laser and ST805 has been established, shown by the permanent yellow status LED, start the laser remote app and press the Connect to Bluetooth button in the app. Now press the Bluetooth button on the ST805. The smartphone is now connected to the laser via the ST805. This setup may extend the Bluetooth range when using a smartphone. Congrats! You are now set up and ready to work with your GL1425C grade laser. You can also view more information for the GL1425C online by visiting us at SpectraPrecision.com. Thank you for choosing Spectra Precision.